I hoarded my recipes for 25, actually 35 plus years. And this is what it actually cost me. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 189 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. We're doing an annual challenge. I know, before you freak out, guess what? You do stuff every day anyway to move your life forward and move your business forward. Why would you not want to pick something that will impact all 9 areas and aspects of your life, as well as guarantee that you're going to be 365 ways better by the end of the year than if you didn't consciously do anything? Not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about a couple of things, though. The importance of sharing information and knowledge and wisdom with other people and other organizations to build and grow and scale and supersize your business, as well as the 7 Why exercise. I meant to do it yesterday, but I actually forgot. Lots on my mind, and I'm trying out a new format and things in the way I share information so that it's more valuable for you. So I'll share the lessons that I learned by hoarding and not sharing my knowledge and wisdom, and explain why I used to be like that and why for the last 9 years, this is my 9th year sharing really openly on the internet and online and in YouTube and on Facebook and on other social platforms, because I understand the value of that and how much we can impact the world and make the world a better place by sharing what we've learned, the lessons that we've learned, because it helps people. And if we help just one person not make one of the mistakes we made, how do you even calculate the impact that has on the planet and on your life, their life, the planet, everybody else they interact with? It's almost impossible to calculate, but it's probably running toward infinity. I've literally made 19,000, probably 10,000 by now, videos over the last 9 years. I don't know how many people that's impacted or how many lives have been impacted by that. I'd like to know some more. I guess if I asked, I might know, but I don't. I just create them to put out into the world what I learned from the lesson of not sharing information. I grew up in corporate America, right? I went to college just like most of the kids my age that wanted to improve their lives. That was the fable we were sold back then. Go to college, get a good job, work with a company, and stay there for your life. I did that. I went on that track, but I also had a secret. And it wasn't a secret because I shared it with everybody. I was always running businesses on the side, which proved to be my personal competitive advantage in corporate America to help me advance my career, as well as outside of it. Because while I was in corporate America learning invaluable skills and having experiences that most people that start their own business never have, I was having the best of both worlds. And I wasn't really sharing it with other people because I was living it and experiencing it. And it was only after I left corporate America that I realized, oh my gosh, what an incredible thing I had going for me. By being in corporate America, I had access to resources and people at a level that we normally don't have out on our own, and we have to create by ourselves when we're not working with a bigger organization. Story for another day. But I learned that by sharing information, and here's how this really came home to me. I was speaking to a group of people in an industry. I'm not going to share or disclose because they wouldn't want me to. But in that presentation, I spilled my guts about my experience in one of my businesses and told them everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the lessons I had learned the hard way, because those are invaluable. Most people never tell you the bad crap that they've had to go through to create the life that they want, or to create where they are on the other side of that particular situation. But I did that, and I thought, oh my God, my friends and my people in the industry said, don't do it. It's going to end you. But what it did, by the next morning, it immediately had gotten me 10 new high ticket clients. So was it worth it? Yeah. Did I learn from that experience that being who you really are and sharing what you've got, which in the days of AI, like now, is even more important. I don't know about you, but I can read AI and I know it's AI. Even though I am personally training a Claude to help me with my vision, it has to be made me, and I still have to look at it and put my human brain to it and make sure that it does come off as me. Again, topic for another day. So today, knowledge hoarded only helps you. And again, the reason I started with I grew up in corporate America is because that was and I think it still is pretty inherent in a lot of different industries. I know something, I figured it out. I might tell the one person that I'm mentoring, but I'm not telling anybody else because this is my insurance that I'm not going to get laid off or fired. Guess what? I had that too, but I still got laid off and fired more than once. So there is nothing guaranteed in the world unless you own the thing that you're building. And that is part of why I teach people all the time, every day, and encourage them. Go ahead, have your solid job, but make sure you're creating something on the side. And again, nowadays with AI, it's so easy to create something for yourself on the side so you have that other stream of income. All right, before I get sidetracked, I want to talk about the 7Y exercise. But what's our assignment for tomorrow? I want you to create a free educational thing, a blog post, a webinar, a workshop, a podcast, a template, anything. And I'm saying electronics so that it doesn't cost you anything but your time and energy and past experiences. I want you to create that, and I want you to share it with someone today. Maybe it's content marketing for your business. Maybe it's just a video of you sharing a lesson that you learned. You don't know how many people that's going to impact, but I guarantee it will have a ripple effect that is so great you could barely even imagine it. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to create one thing and share it. It doesn't have to be your most prized secret. I still have people hitting me up for my Italian food manufacturing company recipes, but guess what? They're copywritten, they're valuable. I just talked to somebody about a licensing agreement a week ago, and so we'll see. Maybe that'll come out in a different way, but there are some things like grandma's favorite recipes and how she made them that leave the planet with us. All right, 7Y exercise. I actually learned this in 2020, January of 2020. I remember from Dean Graziosi, because I was sick with COVID and I was looking for something that could entertain me while I was coughing on the couch. And so I popped into a little webinar and training that Dean Graziosi was doing on the 7Y exercise. Now, I've been doing the 5Y exercise since I was in college. I think it's been around a long time. And like Dean, I was super skeptical. I'm like, well, how can asking why 2 more times make a difference? So, of course, like anything else, I tested it out on myself and I ran a couple of things through the why, the 7 whys. And lo and behold, it did get deeper, and it did get to the core and the root of what I was experiencing. And so I became an avid fan. I share it every month, and this is since 2020. I've shared it every month. Prior to that, I shared the 5 whys. Now it's the 7 whys. So all you do is you ask yourself, what do I want? What's my goal, or what's the problem I want to solve? Why do I want that? Why do I want that solution? Let's focus on the solution, not the problem, right? If I can't teach anybody anything but to be solution focused, that is what I will do. So we ask ourselves that. So why do I want to get my money's worth out of this coaching program? Off the top of the cup. And whatever pops into your head as the first thing, the first response, write that down on the first line. Yes, that's your answer 1. Then that becomes your question for the next level of why. Why do I want that? Why do I want that? And you go deep and come up with the answer on the other side. This is a tool you use on yourself. It doesn't work on other people because we have to make stuff up. And if you're making shit up, it's not real, and you might as well be asking AI to give you mental health advice. Obviously, that's how I feel about that. Ridiculous. So I challenge you to do this today too. Pick something that you're working toward. Maybe take this year's contribution goal and say, well, why do I want that? Why am I even doing this? And then ask yourself why 7 layers deep to get to the root of it. And then share in the comments below your experience. What did you learn? Did it work for you? Did it not? Sometimes I will do it and it's like, okay, I've known this about myself for about a decade now. Do I really need to ask it again this way? Probably not. Let's pick something new. Super duper powerful tool. If you have this, you know everything you need to know about yourself to get yourself to do the things that you know you need to do that you've always wanted to do, but you haven't done yet. I hope you followed that. All right, that's it. Go out, make an amazing day. If I can help you in any way, ask. I would love if you would join me on the school platform in our Supersize Your Business free community. It's free to join. And that's where we do the deep work when it comes to growing and scaling and supersizing our businesses. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.